Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. I'm here today with a reading in honor of Mars entering Scorpio. Mars moving into Scorpio is a really intense time. Traditionally, Mars rules Scorpio, so Mars is very comfortable being Mars while in this sign. And Mars will bring us a ton of really passionate, really emotional, deep, almost visceral understanding of how we can be assertive, how we can be dedicated and determined in our pursuit of our dreams and our goals, how we can use self-will for a purpose. And Mars will do all of these things in Scorpio with a deep, almost obsessive fervor. So all of that sounds very intense, and it kind of is. But Mars loves being a Scorpio. So let's let that energy give us a ton of self-confidence. Let's let Mars give us the assertive self-assuredness that we're going to need to get through eclipse season. Mars enters Scorpio a couple days after Venus enters Virgo. So this week, having both of those planets change signs really brings up this sense of dynamic compatibility. It brings this sense of opposites. Venus doesn't really love Virgo. Mars loves Scorpio. Venus and Mars exist in varying archetypes. So I think that this is a time where we are really existing in opposites, but we need to let that give us peace and balance, create compatible harmony with these opposing archetypes, because all of this is happening right before eclipse season begins, where we are all going to need to feel safe and protected and self-assured and get through that. So on the other side of eclipse season, we can really make our goals and our dreams happen. With that in mind, I've chosen to do the major arcana reading for the Emperor. The reading that I did for Venus and Virgo was the Empress. So I really want to continue with this theme of opposites being compatible, opposites creating compatibility, and hopefully this spread will help us understand on an even deeper level how we can do that. Okay, so as I start my shuffle, let's bring ourselves back to Mars. Let's think about what Mars meant for us while he was in Libra. What did we learn about asserting balance? Because we are really going to need that as we enter Scorpio with Mars. And as Mars starts to give us some intense, deep, passionate insight into guiding our self-will, but still the need to stay balanced. Hopefully this spread, the Emperor spread, can help us set up good boundaries so that we don't get too deep or too emotional or too intense. Hopefully this spread can balance with the Empress reading we did for Venus in Virgo, so that Mars and Scorpio can be a balance with and compatible with Venus and Virgo. Can use both of their energies to help us during eclipse season. Okay, so let's begin. The first card that I draw is the Ace of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed is in disorder. The second card that I draw is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is in my domain. So what we own. The next card I draw is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. The Nine of Pentacles reversed is in the outside domain position. So, what do others control? The next card that I draw is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is in the discard position. What we need to get rid of. Okay. The next card that I draw the Two of Cups reversed. Two of Cups reversed is in the to maintain position. So what we keep. Okay, next card that I draw and final card is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is in the protect position. What needs to be protected? What are these boundaries meant to protect? Okay, so in disorder, I got the Ace of Wands reversed. So this position, as Mars enters Scorpio, is trying to inform us about what is a little out of whack. What for us is in a little bit of chaos right now. And the Ace of Wands reversed, showing up here, shows me that we are struggling to wield passion and creativity. It shows us that we are not opened enough at this stage to receive the intensity and the energy that Mars is going to provide in Scorpio. The Ace of Wands reversed says that what is disordered is our passion. We need to focus that. We need to get the Ace of Wands upright because that passion is exactly what Mars is trying to offer us. But let's keep going. The next card I drew was my domain. And we got the Knight of Cups reversed. The Knight of Cups reversed is actually really great to have in my domain. It shows me that where we can kind of balance that if what's disordered is our attachment to passion and our ability to wield that passion creatively, the Knight of Cups reversed says that in our domain, what is ours is a desire and a sense of imagination and fantasy. The Knight of Cups reversed in domain, my domain, is showing me that we are going to use water energy, Scorpio's water energy, to balance with the fire energy of the Ace of Wands in order to be able to more appropriately, more actively engage and wield what we're trying to create, what we're trying to pursue. We've got to be a combination of water and fire. We've got to be these opposites in balance that I've been talking about. And getting the Ace of Wands in disorder and then the reversed, and then the Knight of Cups reversed in my domain is showing me that where we can help what we're lacking with the Ace of Wands reversed, the way we can help ourselves create order with that to start to wield that wand effectively, to wield Mars's energy effectively, is by diving in deeper, not just relying on our responsibilities or our pragmatism, but really diving in deep. With the Knight of Cups reversed, it says your responsibility is to make sure that you are fantasizing. I think that'll give us clarity on how to upright the Ace of Wands, but let's keep going. The next card that I drew was in outside domain, so what is outside of our control. And the card that I drew there was the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This shows me that what's outside of our control is other people's agency. The Nine of Pentacles reversed in outside domain shows me that where other people are on their journey should not be a concern for us. We need to worry about how we can tap into our passion and creative intensity and use that to create order and to create boundaries. What other people are going through, how other people are doing that, what's within other people's domain is not for us to care about this season. Not for us to care about while Mars is in Scorpio. Other people can do whatever other people need to do, and we need to focus on our intuitive, creative side. We need to be focused on that, not focused at all on other people's journeys. It's not for us. The next card that I drew was the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups in discard is showing me that we need to not focus on the past either. We need to let other people be on the journey they're on, and we need to stop thinking about the past as well. We need to stop getting wrapped up in thoughts about what went wrong while Mars was in Libra. We need to get rid of thoughts about what was difficult or challenging when Mercury was retrograding through Virgo. We need to let all that go, stop focusing on the past, don't worry about other people, and just move forward. And so far, it seems the best way to do that is to dive into our imagination. So hopefully that is true. Let's keep going though. The next card that I drew was in the maintain position. So what we need to hold on to, not discard. We want to discard thoughts of the past, but what do we maintain? It's the Two of Cups reversed. So getting the Two of Cups reversed into maintain, in the maintain position, is pretty challenging. I think what I'm seeing from it, especially with the other cards we got so far, is that this sense of balance is going to be crucial, but this idea that opposites are existing together is important to maintain, because during eclipse season, during Mars's journey through Scorpio, while Venus is also going through Virgo, there's this idea that sometimes Mars and Scorpio is going to be more important than Venus and Virgo to us. Sometimes it's going to show up differently, at least, whether or not it's more important. The solar eclipse coming up is going to create shadows. And while we might not want to dive into those shadows, the fact that they exist is what's important. So, not everything needs to be in perfect balance all the time. And I think getting the Two of Cups reversed and maintain is showing that there may be some times where it's really important to be in one extreme or the other, to engage with one extreme or the other. I think it's the only way that we upright the Ace of Wands, the only way that we allow the Knight of Cups to see what's beautiful inside of his cup, to see which direction he can head in. The only way we can do that is if we allow ourselves to go deep. Mars in Scorpio is kind of about extremes. Mars in Scorpio is not about balance. It isn't. It's not really about compatibility. I think the timing of its change in sign with Venus's really is important to focus on compatibility. But again, it's compatibility of opposites. Sometimes you need one of them and the other one can wait. We eventually want to get to a place where we can creatively wield all of that to have compatibility, but Mars and Scorpio isn't trying to teach you too much about compatibility. Maybe it's with the Two of Cups reversed and maintain. Maybe it's actually saying focus on intensity sometimes. You kind of are going to have to maintain extremes. And that may be the best way to create balance. But our final card was the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles was in the protect position. So the whole point of this spread, besides to be a, balance with the Empress spread we did for Venus, is to set up, understand the boundaries we need to create to get what is disordered ordered and to protect ourselves. And the card that we get is the Four of Pentacles, a card all about protecting your resources, what you value the most about yourself or about what you own, what you've earned. What needs to be protected isn't some sense of constant unity, harmony, and compatibility. We need to dive deep into our emotions. Mars and Scorpio, this is a reading for Mars and Scorpio. Mars and Scorpio wants you to do that. It seems like the Emperor is saying, do all of that, dive as deep as you can, learn how to wield creativity through deep emotional insights, deep emotional experiences. Let go of the past, let go of concerning yourself with other people's journeys, be on your own. And if you do all of those things, what you can create with the order of the Ace of Wands, once you get that upright, what you can protect is your most valuable assets. Your most valuable assets need to be protected. Barriers need to be set up, boundaries need to be set up, while Mars is in Scorpio, around what is yours. People may be coming for what is yours. People may be wanting you to concern yourself with their journeys. People may be wanting you to constantly be in a state of pure blissful harmony. That's fine, but you have your own goals, and Mars is going to make sure that you start to learn how to pursue them with a passionate intensity. But during that process, you're gonna need to protect your assets, figuratively and literally. Don't lose too much of yourself. Don't give too much of yourself. Don't give away too many of your resources. Don't leave the vault door open. It needs to be protected. The best way to do that, from what I see from this spread, is to dive in as deeply as you can to the intense emotional experiences that Mars will provide you while he's in Scorpio. If you do that, you can get the Ace of Wands upright, create order with the Ace of Wands, and use that powerful, productive energy to transform passion into action, into effective boundaries that'll keep you well-resourced and will keep all of your assets protected as we go into eclipse season. Emotional deep dives, emotional intensity is key though. Also knowing that you are the most important thing to you right now. Let's use Mars as a guide to remind ourselves of that as long as he's in Scorpio. I'll see you next time.